Royal Ailes with RSU Public TV. We're covering our Corona virus update today, and we're going on with Chad Oliverson with Tulsa Art Alliance Tulsa. Thanks for being with us, Chad.
Thank you for having me.
That's a tongue twister there, man, sometimes, if you're not thinking it through. Let's talk a little bit briefly about the business of what you guys are doing, and then we're going to go into how you're helping the arts organizations during this pandemic, because everybody is shut down.
Absolutely. Arts Alliance Tulsa is basically a United Arts Fund. Our main mission is to raise money for organizations, and we have 43 under our belt that we serve. We help them market, we help get the word out for them, but really we look at it as one big family. We have to work together. It only works if we work together. And right now, that is so true and so important. We had to restructure. This is our 5th year. We had a 5th year anniversary planned, several fun events that came to a complete halt. Everything had to turn over immediately, and instead of giving out one allocation a year, which is what we do, we work all year to give out as much money as we can for operation costs. It's not for programming, it's general operation, which is a very rare grant anywhere. We have to pay out as often as possible now. This could be 3 to 4 times a year just to cover the basic needs of these organizations. And that means payroll and operating budget, rent, keeping the lights on, those type of things. That's what we're working for with the Player Part Relief Fund.
So as we are now entering this pandemic, and as many of these organizations are shut down, what's the fallout? I mean, it's severe to some of these organizations because as you have had to readjust there within the Tulsa Alliance, the payout isn't going to be as big. It's going to be a lot tighter. So tell me a little bit about the fallout.
Oh boy, there's fallout every which way you look. First of all, it's the first time and you have to think of arts as an industry. We have 43 small businesses. We have more than that, of course, across the state. But these are 43 small businesses that we're supporting that have all shut down. And there's absolutely no way that they can even have a partial opening. You can't drive through to see performing arts. You can't order it online. Anything you see is free. The artists are doing it for free to keep us all kind of sane during this time. But the fallout is that since they rely on donations and sales are gone. The arts industry is completely shut down across the country. It's the first time that's happened. So it's all about donations at this time to keep them afloat. And that's what we're working to do. We could see the loss of arts organizations, and hopefully I'm being overreactive there.
So if someone wants to help, how can they help?
There's so many ways to help. Honestly, donate to artstulsa.org. Go to our website. You can learn other ways. If you can't, because we are very much aware that the whole country is hurting now, and you don't think of arts right away when you think of in need, right? But these arts groups serve these children that are underserved. They could have a health problem, PTSD. It goes on and on and on. It's not just about the pretty. It's about the necessity for mental and physical health. So go to artstulsa.org/donate. or read other ways. Share our information. Help us get the word out about what we're doing, and that would help. If that's all you can do, that's help.
For our viewers watching, as you can see, because of the pandemic and everybody is working from home, the internet is taking a beating right now. And that's why you see Chad jumping in his picture, and it's falling out sometimes, very pixelated. But it's just the world we're living in right now, because the internet is taking a beating from everybody working from home, and the kids are online trying to get their schoolwork done now. So it's a challenge across the board for everybody. So as we go into our Web Extra now, so we could eventually see the fall out or the fall away of some of these arts organizations simply because of what the pandemic is doing in our own community, correct?
That is absolutely a possibility, yeah.
And that's devastating. I mean, that hurts everyone across the board, because we're whole right at the moment. We might not be so whole in the next 12 months.
That's that's absolutely true. We are doing assessments with all the organizations to see immediate needs. We're keeping very much in contact with them, and it's a month-to-month basis. To just keep the personnel with jobs as much as we can, rent and all of that. But yeah, we don't really see what some of these organizations do for the community beyond the larger ones that we're all very much aware of. There are organizations that work with our vets, that work with our underserved youth, with the elderly, that work with disabilities. And once that's gone and the free that they give in person, we lose as a society. The whole quality of life crashes like the economy. So, I mean, that is what we're facing. That's the reality of it.
So it could become a new norm. So in prepping for that, you guys are probably starting the prep work to see if this is going to become a new norm. How much of a challenge is that as you progress through this, that you're faced with the possible new norm?
I mean, that's sinking in right now as the new norm is terrifying. I think that we prefer to look at it as, no, we're going to get on our feet, and we're going to keep as many afloat as we can with people like you and everyone around us, because it can't be just the small team at Arts Alliance. But if this becomes the new norm, only the strongest with the most donors survive. Right. And how long can that go on? And think about it. Those who don't really get into the arts, it's going to affect filming of your favorite TV shows, your favorite recording artists. I mean, there's a lot of things that will be shut down, and we may not feel the effect of it for another year. You will for the arts immediately.
A lot of people may not understand that even the film offices, the Oklahoma Film Office, now the Cherokee Nation's Film Office, is starting, before the pandemic hit, was starting to see a lot of work coming in to Oklahoma and specifically into Tulsa. All that's now gone at the moment, may not come back. Right. Tulsa is an arts community. It has always been an arts community. So those who have been longtime donors, what are you hearing from them? Because for them, it's got to be devastating.
It is. And there are those who they continue to give, if not just to us, to the organization of their choice that they're passionate about. And we encourage them to continue doing that. But a lot of our larger donors, they've been devastated by what has happened. We see the drop in oil. We see just a collapse of the economy. So, we're having to hit it $10 at a time, for a $200 million industry in Tulsa or more, and that's tax revenue. Right. So it's a vicious cycle or circle if we lose this.
Well, full disclosure, RSU Public Television is working in cooperation in a partnership with Art Alliance Tulsa, and to bring in awareness of what's going on in our community, to try to bring more awareness to the arts community, because we have a thriving, I don't want to say we have a thriving arts community, and it's one to be very proud of.
Yes, it is. It's where I think is it the largest small city or the smallest large city that actually, I never get it right, but that houses a ballet, opera, and a symphony. Think of that.
How often does that happen?
How often does that happen? And that's not including all the amazing galleries, museums, theaters. You have an equity theater. Tulsa is an arts city, and that means tourism. And we know the beauty of it, but there are economics to it.
If New York City's taking a beating, now Tulsa's taking a beating, we're going to come out of this. It's just a matter of what's it going to look like when we come out of it. Would you agree?
Well, absolutely. And that's why we have to start now helping in every way we can. As we help food banks, as we help others, we have to consider the arts as an industry as well, because they certainly are. And we want to keep all of these small businesses afloat so they can open their doors and start business as soon as possible, because they all add a very integral part to our tapestry within our city and within our region.
Give us the information again if someone wants to help out. How do they help you out?
The simplest way is go to arts, A-R-T-S, Tulsa.org. If you go there, you can find your way to our information, to our donate page. Donating is the easiest, fastest, best way. Monthly would be great so we can keep this going, but a lot of information is there for you to look at, and videos and everything you need.
Thanks, Chad. I appreciate your time. Appreciate it. Thank you.
We appreciate you.